All right. So now that the 1993 season is over for the Davey Allison series, and we're on, we had about a few weeks off or a month off or something like that. It's time we get back into it. Where we're going to go over all the stuff that happened in the silly season between 1993 and 1994, basically 1994 silly season. Let me explain to you all the stuff that happened. So I have listed here all the drivers that all the driver changes and all that stuff. Now let me just say first of all, this you're seeing right now, that is all the people that stayed in the same spot over the off season. So everyone here, they're all racing the same thing. I listed all the people that I think are important. All right. What I mean by that is like they're that I'm not gonna list like a team that did one start this year and they're gonna do one start next year. Okay, because I can't really do that. All right. I mean I could, but it'd take a lot more time, and I don't think you would care about it. You care more about the big names. What's gonna happen here? So, like I said, let's go through everything that happened here. All the stuff that stayed the same. So Rick Mass stayed in the 1, Rusty Wall stayed in the 2, Dale Earnhardt stayed in 3, obviously. No, I'm gonna move Dale. I'm gonna move him to like the 12. No, I'm kidding. Ernie Irvin, he stayed in the 4. That's something different actually. The 4 car, actually, that's where Sterling Marlin went. In reality, I kept Ernie Irvin there because he ran good enough to where he stayed there, and there's nowhere else really for Ernie to go. It's a good ride. He's not gonna go anywhere better really. So Ernie stays in the 4. Martin stays in the 6, obviously. Jeffrey Bodine stays at his own team. They started at the end of last season in the 7. Bill Elliott is in the 11. He stays there. This is a big one. I kept Jimmy Spencer and the sponsor the same from 93 to 94. And the reason why I did that is because he got those 2 wins at the end of the season. 2 wins. So I think that was enough to convince Meineke Mufflers to stay on the 12 car and to keep everything the same. So Bobby Allison Racing is going to stay exactly the same instead of going sponsorless in 94 in reality. They're going to stay the same in 94, 90, from 93, 94 in this universe. Because those 2 wins they got. I mean, like, that's pretty good. You get 2 wins. All of a sudden, you move up from like 16th to 8th in points. And I mean, his ratings weren't even that good. So that helped. Lake Speed stays in the 15 when, halfway through the season he moved over to that team when Bodine started his own team. Darrell Waltrip stays at his own ride in the 17, his own team that he started. Dale Jarrett stays at the 18 for 94. Morgan Shepherd stays with the Wood Brothers. Bobby Labonte stays for a second year in the 22. However, that ride's very, very bad. Bill Davis has been suffering a lot. Like, it suffered near the end of last year. So, hopefully it does better. Jeff Gordon stays in 24. Ken Schrader stays in 25. Dick Trickle stays in 26 after replacing the late Brett Bodine in this universe. He's not dead in real life, thank God. Davey Allison stays in the 28. That's a change considering he's actually live in this universe. Steve Grissom, I think he rode the 29 part time last year. He's going to take it over full time this year, so I don't know if that was a change or not. Harry Gant, 33 car this year. Dave Marcus, 71, stays the same. That's his own ride. Todd Bodine in the 75. He shared that ride with Trickle through the rest of last season. He's going to be, and then he took it over full time when Trickle moved to 26. So Bodine's going to be running that full time this year in his rookie year. Derek Cope in the 98 stays in the 98. Sterling Marlin stays in the 8. Even that's changed. So Sterling Marlin actually moved to the 4, like I said earlier. He stays in the 8, and that was where Jeff Burton went. Burton's going to stay in Busch for another year. So Burton's not going to be anywhere in Cup this year. He came up to Cup in 94. He's not going to come up to Cup in 94. Michael Waltrip stays in the 30, and Bobby Hamilton originally went to the 40, but I kept Kenny Wallace there because Kenny Wallace had a pretty good rookie year compared to what he actually had. So they'd be like, oh, yeah, maybe. Not only that, but, I mean, he was a better driver than Kyle Petty. So, yeah. So Kenny stays the same. Kyle stays the same. So that's everything stays the same. Now, the new things that happen. John Andretti is going to the 32 car, the new Radius Motorsports car, to start up that new team, try and help them this year. So that's where John Andretti's going. Instead of the 14 car he went to in reality. He's at the 32 at Radius Racing. Ward Burton, he starts his career, this is his rookie season, in the 31 team. Bobby Hamilton, who ran part-time, did relatively well. He was supposed to get the full-time ride in the 40 this year, but what I did was instead of giving him the full-time ride in the 40, I gave him the full-time ride in the 14. And what that did, so, that gave him that full-time ride in the 14, that left the 40 open, and that knocked Andretti out and put Andretti up to the 32. Terry Labonte takes over the 5. That happened in real life. Same thing with Joe Nemechek. He took over the 41 in real life. Wally Dallenbach taking over 27. I think Dallenbach, what did Dallenbach do? Oh, yeah, and 32 was originally driven by Trickle, Dick Trickle, but Dick Trickle's over there, so that's where Andretti went. Where did Wally Dallenbach go? Musgrave goes to 16. That happened in real life. Probably even going to be better than what he was in reality, because the thing is with Ted Musgrave is he ran really good in that 55 machine. Don't know why. He ran really good in that car. I didn't actually list the 55. That's one thing I didn't list. Jimmy Hensley came into that car, just to let everyone know. 55 car. So Ted Musgrave. Ricky Rutz opens his own team. He did that in real life in 10. Hutch Strickland. There's a new team at Bill Davis, so they have 2 teams now. Hutch Strickland, that 23 car. That's where, okay, so that's, Hutch Strickland's going to be there now. Loy Allen Jr., that happened in real life. Greg Sachs, that happened in real life. And the 43 you see down there, Rick Wilson. Let me explain this, all right? Rick Wilson left this team. And I don't know where he went. I let him keep his ride for this year in the 43. He's going to keep his ride in the 43 because I think that's the right thing to do. There's not really anyone else better left to run that 43. And also the 43 was running relatively well near the end of the season last year. So he's also a really good road course racer for some reason. And then other people. These are just teams that are running multiple drivers this year that are probably the most recognizable for running multiple drivers. We got Jimmy Means' team, Richie Petty's team, and the 9 car that I think Phil Parsons will run some races in this year. That's where Phil Parsons went. Other than that, though, that is your off-season or in this or silly season for the 1994 season, 1993 season. I will be doing the Clash, the full-length Clash of 1994. I'll be doing that, so you'll be able to enjoy that. The full-length Clash. We will also do the duels. They're not full-length; they're only 20 laps each, but there will be pit stops during them. So those are something you watch. And then I will be doing the full-length 1994 Daytona 500. Full 500 miles. So look forward to that. Because I'm not looking forward to commentating it. Other than that, there's your off season. So yeah, see you later.